How do you navigate ambiguity? It's not the same as navigating uncertainty. Uncertainty is when you know there's certainty there, you just haven't found it yet. But ambiguity is subtly different. Ambiguity is when there are options and possibilities, but something hasn't emerged yet, so you're not quite sure what the answer is. You don't know what certainty is. How do you navigate that? Because quite frankly, in these times, we are surrounded, we are immersed in ambiguity. I'm Michael Bungay Stanier. I'm the host of 2 Pages with MBS. That's the podcast where brilliant people read the best 2 pages from a favorite book. And a recent guest was Andrea Small. She is the author of Navigating Ambiguity. This isn't the book she read from. She read it from a book about eels. But I loved one of her key insights around how to navigate ambiguity. And she actually tells the story and the example of how people do under deepwater exploration. Now that might be if you're trying to look for a wreckage of a shipwreck and kind of exploring the base of the ocean there. Or maybe you're going much deeper into the darkness and you're trying to figure out what lies at the bottom of the ocean. Now what doesn't happen is people don't just kind of swim down and then kind of just poke around. I'll look under this rock, I'll have a look over there by that interesting clump of stuff. It's much more methodical than that. What they do is they grid the area that they're exploring and they kind of mark it out. A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4, and so on. And then what they do is they methodically explore the grid step by step, square by square. And here's why that matters. When they go to A1 and they don't find anything, they carry on. They go to A2. When they go to A2 and they discover the chest of sunken treasure, they don't stop and go, this is amazing, fantastic, let's celebrate, let's go up to the surface and have champagne. They go, that's interesting, noted, and then they move on to A3. And then when they find what's there to be found at A3, they move on to A4 and so on. What they do is they methodically look around the area that they've identified rather than methodically look for something. Because they don't know yet what the something is. The future hasn't emerged. The possibility hasn't yet got clear. They're not looking for something specific, but they're specifically looking for something. That's different than if, say, you're looking for your keys. Because, people say, oh, I found it in the last place I looked. Well, of course you did. Why would you keep looking if you'd already found it? But this is different when you're searching for ambiguity or navigating ambiguity. You're actually going, I'm not sure even what I'm looking for. I just know I'm looking for something interesting. So as you sit in the space of ambiguity for yourself and you're like, I'm not sure what the answers are. I'm not sure what the possibilities are. The path hasn't yet emerged. The best thing you can do is perhaps identify the area within you're looking, the general space, the landscape, and then methodically work through the possibilities. Don't get too disappointed by not finding any. Don't get too excited by the one that seems the obvious answer, but it's having the discipline to explore the territory that the future and the possibility emerges. I'd love this channel to be one of your channels, and it is if you hit the subscribe button. So do that now.